शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वागीशाद्या सुमनसः सर्वार्थानामुपक्रमे नत्वा कृतकृत्या स्मितं नमामि गजाननं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मं व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोः भगवतोऽस्य दैहिकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणं शरणं प्रपद्ये। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासनाभ्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षिये। हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तो आनन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानं अहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं मम अन्तर्यामिनं। दोर्भिर्युक्ताचलविस्फटिकमणिमयीम् अक्षरमालां ददानास्ते नैकेन पद्मं सतोज्जीवं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा बिन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिमा भासमाना समाना साम्य वाग्देवतैव निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना। पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरमारुह्य कविताशाखां देवाल्मीकिमुखिलं भूष्पदीकृतवारिशमशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामाला रत्नमञ्जनात्मजमञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षान्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलिलं सलिलं विश्वगौरिं जनकात्मजाय आदाय तेनैव ददा लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं कञ्चनाद्रिकमणीयं विग्रहं वारिजातधर्मूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र तलितमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारिपरिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मनोजवं मारुतुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं महाभारतात्मजं मानवीयं मुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। वेदवेद्ये वरे वंशजाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेत सदासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। वैदेही सहितं सुरद्रुमतिलये मे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितमग्रे वाचयति प्रपञ्चनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं। वामी भूमिसुताभ्रश्चर्मान् पश्चात् सुमित्रासुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः वायुवादकोणेषु सुग्रीवश्च भीषणश्च विराट्तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामलम्। नमोस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै। नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। जानकीकान्तस्मरणम् आंजनेय स्वामी की जय। The elderly Rakshasi Trijata speaks of her prophetic dream in which she sees Rama's victory and Ravana's defeat. Further, she sees Lanka being burnt to ashes by a monkey who is a messenger of Rama. Since she has some credibility, all the Rakshasis listen to her, believe her. And seeing that they are all a very receptive audience, she further tells them that you better seek pardon from Sita, even though you have threatened her earlier. Otherwise, Ragavadhi bhayam ghoram rakshasanam upastitam. Otherwise, when after Rama wins, when he comes here, and he's going to learn about the treatment that was meted out to Sita by all of you, do you think he's going to be happy with any of you? The reality is Rama is not going to come, Hanuman is going to come. At the end of the war, when Hanuman comes to bring Sita back, Hanuman comes and asks Sita, Amma, I know how these people treated you. Shall I kill them all for you? Abdina Hanuman is going to ask. Knowing that danger is going to come upon them, Trijata warns all the Rakshasis, Pranipada prasannahi Maithili janakatmaja Alhamesha paritratum Rakshasyo mahato bhayat. Looking at all the Rakshasis, Trijata says, the Janakatmaja Maithili, the princess of Mithila, the daughter of Janaka, Sita, what is her nature? Pranipata prasanna. Pranipata prasanna. She is somebody who is satisfied with merely a prostration. Just a prostration towards her is enough to please her. Adive jastiya. She thinks that itself is too much. Anjali bharam pannitiyenu solrala. What is the nature of the Divine Mother? A Divine Mother always is compassion. Bhagavanudaya compassion. She is nothing but compassion taking a form. What is the nature of compassion? Compassion does not look at qualifications. Bhagavan has got two aspects to himself. One is judgment. If he is going to look at judgment, then he will be like the Old Testament God who says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." And he shall smite you. He shall cause sulfur and brimstone to rain upon you. And there will be much gnashing of teeth. And all those kind of things will happen if Bhagavan decides to only use judgment aspect of himself. He judges. On what basis? Na punya apunya. Punya the base pannittu Bhagavan judges the punya that we do, the apunya, the papa that we do, the sin and the merit that we accumulate, the good and the bad intentions that we cultivate. Bhagavan looks at all of that and he unfortunately has to become the judge and says, because of this sin you shall suffer this, because of this merit you shall enjoy this. Abdina Bhagavan has to dispense the fruits of our action. Karma phaladhata. Abdina Bhagavan sits there as the phaladata, the giver of the fruits of the actions. Karturajnaya prapyate phalam. Abdina solrom illaya. Bhagavan says in Upadesha Saram, Karturajnaya prapyate phalam. Kartana danayal. It is the command of the Lord, and based upon the command of the Lord, we receive the fruits and the consequences of our actions. The command of the Lord is what is important. If Bhagavan has to issue the command, he has to weigh each situation based on the merits and the demerits of it and appropriately has to award or punish. This is inevitable. But at the same time, the other aspect of Bhagavan is what we are praising as Tayar, as the Divine Mother. What is the Divine Father? Judgment is the Divine Father. What is the Divine Mother? Compassion is the Divine Mother. If compassion looks at qualification, it is not compassion, it is also judgment. Compassion cannot be called compassion if it says, you do not deserve compassion, therefore I should not be compassionate towards you. That is not compassion at all, it is judgment only. There also you are evaluating, then it is not compassion. Compassion gumburde the daya abdinale kripa abdinale eppadi irukumna avyaja kripa ahetuka kripa abdinchu ahetuka daya sindhum abdinchu ahetuka daya sindhu abdinna. In Viveka Chudamani, the Guru is referred to as one with unconditional grace. Conditional grace, unconditional grace. Ahetuka daya. Hetu abdina cause or a reason. You did this, therefore I will give grace to you. You did not do that, therefore I will not give grace to you. Grace grace has to be for everybody without seeking any qualification. If at all there is one qualification, you should want the grace. You should be ready to take the grace. That is all. That is the only qualification. Nothing else. Who is grace for? No one who wants it. If you need me, you deserve me. Bhagavan should do. Swami would say, if you need me, you deserve me. When do you deserve Bhagavan? What should you do? Should you do tapasya to deserve him? Should you do Vedadhyanam to deserve him? Do you do pranayama and japa to deserve him? Nothing. You need me. You want me, you have me. And you should need me. That cannot be called as a qualification as such. It cannot really be called as a qualification. It is simply coming together of the appropriate instruments. He is the giver of grace, you are the taker of grace. If the giver and the taker come together, then grace flows. There is no other qualification required. All that needs to happen is the coming together of the giver of grace and the receiver of grace. If that happens, then grace flows. Yeah, that's minimum. There is no qualification required. So what do we really need to do to gain grace from Bhagavan? Just have to connect to him. Just have to receive the grace from him. How to receive that grace? Pranipata prasanna. How to receive that grace? All you've got to do is grace. There is the thing with grace is much like water, much like heat. It flows from high to low. It flows from a high place to a low place. Water flow. How does water flow? From the high, it goes down. It never goes in the reverse order. For how to get grace? As long as I am below him, I will get grace. I cannot sit on top of his head and expect grace. I have got to sit at his feet, I will automatically get grace. And grace, how? The direction of grace is like this. So if I go and sit on top of his head, I will not get grace because that is not the direction in which grace flows. Grace flows like this. So what do I need to do? All I need to do is sit at his feet and I will get that grace. And then you can say, Pranipata, Prasanna. Pranipata, falling down. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan refers to Pranipata as the means by which we attain jnana from the jnani, from the Guru. Pranipatena, Pariprashnena, Sevaya. அப்படிங்கிற ஸ்லோகத்தில் பிரணிபாத்தேன பை பிரணிபாத்தா நிபாத்தா அப்படின்னா டு ஃபால் நிபாத்தானா டு ஃபால் பிரணிபாத்தா அப்படின்னா ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபாலிங்னு அர்த்தம் பிரகர்ஷேன நிபாத்தம் பிரகர்ஷன் அப்புறம் ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபாலிங் அது என்ன ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபாலிங் நிபாத்தனா ஃபாலிங் டவுன் ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபாலிங் டவுன் What is the difference between special falling down and ordinary falling down? Ordinary falling down is because you trip and fall. Special falling down is because you want to fall down. That's the yes. Thadiki vayadungaradu falling down. You're walking, you do not see, without knowing, you fall down. No, that is falling down. But when you lower yourself, when you bow down, when you bend down in front of Bhagavan, when you kneel down in front of the Lord, that is called Pranipata. Trijata says, to make Sita happy, all you need to do is Pranipatam. That is all you need to do. You just need to lower yourself a little bit in front of her. Porma. She becomes Prasannama. She becomes pleased. Pleased, what does it mean for her to become pleased? It is not that she will calculate and become pleased. The moment we fall down, the grace automatically starts to flow. The flowing of grace is what is referred to here as Sita becoming pleased. Otherwise, if Sita needs to be pleased, then again it becomes judgment. Judgment is automatic. It's automatic flow. Then all we have got to do is easy on our vision. Those who have understood Bhagavan's Hridayam have revealed it to us. Those who have been in contact with the Lord, those who have studied Him, those who have become one with Him, those who have themselves gained His grace through this method have revealed this method to us. What is this method? Pranipata. Go down in front of Bhagavan and tell him, Anyatha sharanam nasti tvameva sharanam mama. I have no other refuge other than you. Other than you, refuge I have none. Niye gati, you alone are my refuge. Apart from you, who else is there for me? Abdingra and or vakyam irukke. That sentence, that statement is enough. Bhagavan immediately melts. How do we know now? Those who have melted Bhagavan's heart using this method tell us. With a Sharanagati in per. Prapatti in per. It is to go and surrender to Bhagavan because what happens, you are directly tapping into that one weakness that he has got. Otherwise, he has got no weakness, no chink in his armor. The only weakness he has got is when we go to him and say, Enakku vera yaar irukka. Enakku vera yaar irukka. Unna thavirthu vera yaar undu enakku. Who is there for me apart from you? Neekanna naakevvar unnar. Appadinu solra illaya. Neekanna naakevvar unnar. Who else is there for me other than you? Appadingra andha oru, it is not merely a statement, it is a recognition and an acknowledgement of our real state. As long as we believe that there are other people around us, that there is money in the bank, that there is some kind of security, health, wealth, etc. At the very time, we are not totally believing that He alone is our gati, He alone is our refuge. We are holding on to various things. holding on to just in case னு சொன்னான். அதுக்கு உதாரணம் என்ன சொல்றா அப்படின்னா, they give an example when Draupadi was being dragged into the Kuru court and she was being disrobed. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணா அப்படின்னா, first she appealed to her own husbands. அவளெல்லாம் பேசாம தலையை குனிஞ்சு உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கா. They are sitting with their head down. 5 husbands she has got, not one. All the 5 are sitting with their heads bowed down, unable to do anything to her. Next she appeals to all the Mahapurushas that are seated in that assembly hall. Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, all of them are there. She appeals to all of their better interests. They are also sitting quiet. They are also unable to do anything. Dushasana, no, he is already starting to pull. All her appeals to people are failing. When Dushasana is pulling at her, the single cloth that she is wearing around her to protect her modesty, Apo, she holds on with both her hands to that cloth so that it is not ripped away from her body. And she is still calling out, she is still crying. Anna, where is the strength of Draupadi? Where is the strength of Dushasana? அதனால அவன் பிடிச்சி இழுக்கிறதுல there is definitely no way by which she is able to hold on. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணா அப்படின்னா, holding on with one hand, she lifts up one hand, Krishna அப்படின்னு கூப்பிட்டாளாம். கிருஷ்ணான்னு கூப்பிட்டாளாம். அப்படியும் there is no response. அப்படியும் when he is pulling, கடைசியில பார்த்தா, what a fool am I? What am I going to achieve by holding on with this one hand? When 2 hands themselves are not able to do anything, when all the people seated here are not able to do anything, what is the use of holding on to my sari with one hand? அப்படின்னு சொல்லி she threw both her hands up into the air, Govinda அப்படின்னு she called out. And the instant she called out Govinda, throwing her entire burden at him, refusing to even protect herself, refusing to bear her burden herself, when she threw it entirely upon him, we know what happened. We immediately know what happened. Not only was the sari given, Krishna refused to rest until he saw Draupadi seated on the throne along with Yudhishthira. ஏன் கேட்குறா, அவளே கேட்குறா, ஏன் கிருஷ்ணா எங்களுக்கே பரவாயில்லன்னு தோணுறதே. Pandavas are telling Krishna, we are used to it, Krishna. It is okay. Why are you jumping up and down? Why is your BP going up? We are fine. We don't want the kingdom. No. I have to see you on the throne. எதுக்கு? Why are you so first? அப்படின்னா பகவான் சொன்னா, யத் கோவிந்தே திசுக்ரோஷாத் கிருஷ்ணா மாம் தூரவாசினி. அனி கோவிந்தான்னு கூப்பிட்டாளே. That day she called out Govinda. After throwing both the hands into the air, she called out Govinda. Therefore, I owe her. Bhagavan says, I owe her. I am indebted to her. I owe her a debt. And that debt is not decreasing, it is increasing. That day itself you came and rescued. No, that was merely the interest. Principal is still sitting. That's the interest. The principal is still sitting there accumulating more interest. First installment. It is not enough. Bhagavan feels indebted to us. Bhagavan feels beholden to us. Sacharitala, Baba says in one place, he who calls out all the time, Sai, 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 I am indebted to him, I am beholden to him. It is my duty to protect him. இது என்ன கணக்கோ அது ஏதும் புரியாது. Why should Bhagavan feel like that? After all, I am only calling out to him. After all, I am throwing my burden onto him. In this equation, am I not the fortunate one? For throwing my burden on him, why does he feel he is indebted to me? அப்படின்னா இது அப்படிதான். இதுக்கு பதில் சொல்ல முடியாது. It is like a small child. Then we want the child, we want to play with the child, we want to cajole that child. The child refuses to come to us. Finally, when the child comes to us and says, "Tuk, lift me," we are so happy to lift the child up and carry the burden of the child. When the child is running, we run behind the child to catch hold of the child. When finally the child comes to us and says, "Tuttu," lift me up. When the child tells us, with so much delight, so much joy, so much prema, we lift the child up and put the child upon our shoulders. Burden dane, the child is casting its burden upon us and we feel delighted that the child has chosen to cast its burden upon us. Leah. ஒரு அம்மாவும் அப்பாவும் இருக்கா அப்படின்னா, அம்மா and அப்பா both are going, the child is walking, both are calling, come I will lift you, come I will lift you அப்படின்னு அந்த child looks at அம்மா and says, அம்மா துத்து, அம்மா should lift me அப்படிங்கும் பொழுதே when the அம்மா lifts the child up, she will look at the husband. பார்த்தீங்களா, எங்கிட்ட தான் வந்து பார்த்தீங்களா, see the child chose me அப்படின்னு. அந்த child choose பண்றதுக்கு everybody wants to be chosen by the child, isn't it? A small child இருந்ததுன்னா, if you see a small child, everybody is trying to woo the child to themselves. The person to whom the child goes will feel very special, very aha அப்படின்னு. எப்பவுமே இது human psychology. It is also divine psychology. It is not merely human psychology. ஏன்னா அவனுக்கு நம்ம குழந்தை. To Bhagavan we are the child. அப்ப ஈஸ்வரனும் பார்க்குற ரெண்டு பேர் இருக்காளாங்க, ரெண்டு பேர் இருக்கா. என்னதுன்னா, ஒரு பக்கம் ஈஸ்வரன், ஒரு பக்கம் ஜகத். God, Bhagavan is there, the world is also there. The world is also saying come, come, come. Bhagavan is also saying come, come, come. When we choose him rather than the world, appadi santosham, he is so happy. He lifts us up, puts us on our shoulder and looks at Prakriti and says, see, appadi சொல்ற. ஞானி சபர்தர்ஷபா அப்படின்னு pride ஓட, with great pride he says, see, they chose me அப்படின்னு சொல்ற. Bhagavan wants to be chosen by us. Bhagavan wants us to throw our burden upon him. அதுதான் அவனுக்கு ஆசை பாவம். ஏன்னா he does not like us to be sad. Bhagavan does not like us to be sad. Why are we sad? அப்படின்னா, the only reason why we are sad is because we have not chosen him, we are choosing the world. Our sorrow is not because our wishes are not granted or unfortunate things are happening to us, etc. That is not the reason for sorrow. The sorrow is because we are not choosing him, we are choosing the world. When we choose the world, sorrow dane. So Bhagavan is looking at us and saying, ayo, why are you crying? Why are you so sad? Why don't you choose me? Abdina Bhagavanukku aashaya irukku. He wants us to choose him. Adha encapsulate panni enna sonna appadina, Mahatmakal enna sonna appadina, the great ones, the holy ones, the acharyas, what did they do? They encapsulated all of that and said, do Bhagavan a favor, surrender to him unreservedly. Poi prapatti pannu, sharanagati pannu, go and surrender to Bhagavan. What does that surrender mean appadina? It means not having to worry about anything. Avladane. Enakku Ishwaran irukane, Bhagavan irukane, Swami irukare. Ad solrache aanandama irukku illaya. Just when we say it itself, we find so much joy, so much happiness, so much strength. Swami is there for me. My Swami is there for me. Nishana purme. My Bhagavan is there for me. Nishana purme. That much itself is enough. It gives us so much courage. It gives us so much strength. It gives us so much security. We feel as though we are cozy and comforted. And we are not alone. We are not left to our own devices. We are not left to our own strengths. There is someone above to guide me. There is someone above to hold my hand. There is someone above to show me the way. There is someone above to care. There is someone above to love me. Abdingra or feeling. That feeling is there. There is someone who has got a plan for me. Abdingra or feeling. Yaro or recent na padichen. I saw a recent message on WhatsApp. It was very beautiful. It said, when you are running alone, it is a race. When Krishna runs along with you, it is grace. When you are running alone, it is a race. When Krishna runs along with you, it is grace. Taniya illiya, we are not alone. If you are alone, it is a race. It is a rat race. We are running alone, without knowing where we are going, without knowing who we are racing against. Onnum theriyama odinde irukom, odinaan. We are running, we do not even know where we are going and we are running still. And when we are with Bhagavan, it is no longer a race, it is pure grace. Adukku what is required? Pranipata prasannahi maithili janakatmaja. To make that grace of Bhagavan available to us, what do we need to do? Appadina pranipatham panna porum. If you simply fall at his feet and say, Amma, enakku unna thavirthu yarum illiyemma. Janani ninnu veena Amba janani ninnu veena Inkevaramma. Amma, who who's there for me other than you? அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். Immediately she makes herself available to us. Alamesha paritratum rakshasyo mahato bhayat. Trijata சொல்றா. Trijata says this Sita alone is enough to protect us from the great danger, the great fear that is going to come to us. இவ ஒருத்தி போரும். She is enough. She does not require anybody else. She alone is enough. அதுக்கு ஜெனரலா சொல்லுவா. They generally say, why does it say she alone is enough? அப்படின்னா பெருமாள் alone is not enough to protect us, it seems. Bhagavan alone is not enough to protect us, it seems. Tayar alone is enough to protect us, it seems. Perumal needs her by his side to be able to protect us, whereas she can protect us on her own. By her own strength, she is capable of protecting us. He will not protect us unless she gives him the approval, the go ahead. அதுக்கு எங்கெங்க திருஷ்டாந்தம் எப்படி? How dare we say that அப்படின்னா? How can we say that அப்படின்னா? பார்த்துட்டே வந்தோம்னா Bharata comes to Rama. Bharatan விஷயத்துல Sita does not have any comment at all. If you just look at Ramayana itself, no? If you just look at Ramayana itself, Bharata comes with full confidence that he will take back Rama with him to Ayodhya. Anna, that dream does not come true. Rama refuses to budge. Stronger, no way. அப்படிங்கிறார் Rama. ஏன் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா Sita does not have any comment whatsoever with respect to Bharata. She doesn't say anything about that issue. அதனால Bharata's dreams are not fulfilled. He has to go back with only the Paduka. Paduka matram ஏன் அவன் பக்திக்கு Paduka கிடைச்சது, அது தப்பு இல்லை. He still has got bhakti. ஆனா Bhagavan did not go with him. Paduka went with him. That is all right. Sugrivanோ அப்படின்னா what happened to Sugriva's case அப்படின்னா Devi while crossing looks at Sugriva, looks at these 5 monkeys, takes the jewels that she has got, bundles it up in a cloth and drops it there to say, may Rama's association happen to you. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி போட்டாங்க. அதனால என்ன ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா she did not speak about Sugriva to Rama. She did not say anything about Sugriva, but she only in action she showed it. அதனால என்ன ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா after one round of beating, Sugriva got the throne. One round of beating happened, but after that he got the throne. And in Vibhishana's case, what is going to happen abdina in a short while from now, we will see when Sita is talking to Hanuman, specifically Sita will make a mention. She will say, Vibhishana is good. Amongst all the Rakshasas that are here, Vibhishana is the only good man. அப்படின்னு மெனக்கிட்டு very specifically, very specially, very particularly Sita makes a mention of Vibhishana to Hanuman so that later on when Vibhishana comes to Rama, Sita's recommendation is there. So when Vibhishana comes, what happens அப்படின்னா even though everybody else opposes, Rama says nothing doing, I will give him abhayam அப்படிங்கிறார். Not only that, then and there Rama coronates him as the Lankadipati, as the king of Lanka. Thereafter Vibhishana doesn't have to undergo any round of beatings. Even Sugriva had to be beaten up. Vibhishananukku onnume இல்லையே, ஜம்ஜம்னு இருக்கானே, ராஜாவா இருக்கானே, அனிலேந்த ராஜாவாயிட்டானே. ஏன்னா சீதா சொல்லிட்டாளே, தாயார் சொல்லிட்டாளே ஒரு வார்த்தை. So what does it show அப்படின்னா Rama on his own cannot do much. He has to always use judgment alone. He always has to say, if I have got to favor you, it will be purely based on your merits and demerits, I'm afraid. When Sita makes a slight indication, then Rama says, all right, based on your merits and demerits, you ought to be beaten up. But because Sita said, just indicated, adanala she is not directly interfered, she is merely indicated. Therefore, after one round of beating, I will give you the throne. But in terms of Vibhishana, because Sita specifically mentioned Vibhishana, no tests whatsoever, no qualifications required, direct acceptance, so much so that Vibhishana Sharanagati becomes the benchmark of Sharanagati itself. Thanekkum karanam enna? Sita is the cause for all of it. Pranibada prasanna hi maithili janakatmaja alamesha paritratum rakshasyo mahato bhayat. அதனால தான் நம்மளுடைய கல்ச்சர்ல in our Sanskriti we do not worship Bhagavan alone. Bhagavan is always worshipped along with his consort. இல்லையா? Sita Ramana லக்ஷ்மி நாராயணன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். சாம்ப சிவா அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். ச அம்ப சிவா அப்படின்னு சாம்ப சிவா அப்படின்னா along with amba shiva அப்படின்னு we worship Ishvara also along with his consort. The consort, yeah, அவளுக்கு என்ன குடும்பம் என்ன குட்டி என்ன இது என்ன இது what nonsense is this? Are they also married like us அப்படின்னா the marriage இல்ல. What does it represent அப்படின்னா that you have got to appeal to his compassion. It is merely a method by which we can gain his grace, appeal to his compassion. How can I appeal to his compassion? If I go with I deserve it in Channa, we do not appeal to it. How do we appeal? Pranipata prasanna. Salutations are enough. Aduve porumam, that alone is enough. Nothing else is required. Tapasya etc. are not required. Pranipatam is enough. Surrendering to him is enough. Saluting him is enough. Calling out to him and considering him as your own is enough. Considering him as your all is enough. Considering yourself as belonging to him is enough. Idu porume. If this much you are able to accomplish, that is what is the meaning here of propitiating Sita. Illana thaniya, I will not worship Rama, I will only worship Sita. Abdingiradhu illa artham inge. That is not the meaning at all. That is not at all the meaning. In fact, Swami used to say, Ravana sought Sita alone without Rama. That is why he was destroyed. Hanuman wanted Rama and Sita. That is why he is crowned as the great devotee. Yeah, Ravana wanted only Sita. He did not want Rama. But that's not what we are talking about here. Okay, we will only worship Sita. Sita na yarun therinjukkanum. You have to understand who is Sita. What is Sita? Daya Tattvam da Sita. Tayar is nothing but the divine mother. What is divine mother? Divine mother is the compassion, the force of compassion. Is divine mother. To propitiate that compassion, all we have got to do is surrender to it. Pranipata prasanna hi maithili janakatmaja alamesha paritratum rakshasyo magato bhayat. Adanala stop terrifying her in this manner. Abdini she starts to. She threatens all of them. She tells all the Rakshasis off. The Rakshasis leave her and go away. See, Deo Pakara. Nanatan irukku konja words nana irukku. These words are nice, gave some hope. But at the same time, how can we believe? She does not know about Trijata's dreams. All the other Rakshasis may believe. Anal Sita does not know that Trijata is his great seer. Ashvasam varum. Where will she get her assurance from? Adanala she still laments. Enna prayojanam? What is the use of living? If Bhagavan does not come here before the time that is fixed by Ravana, avan enna pannuvaana? He will cut me to pieces and eat me nu solran. The 2 months will go away like this. How painful is this? Who is he to give me 2 months? In life, whose is my life? Pranapatiya, when Sri Ramachandra alone is my Lord of my life. He is my Prananatha, he is my Pranakanta, he is my Pranapati. He is the owner of my life. How dare Ravana give me 2 months of time for my life? En Pranan yaar kaila irukku? In whose hands is my life? Is it in Rama's hands or is it in Ravana's hands? Alas, that it should fall into Ravana's hands. Abdinu arthapadra. Ha Rama, ha Lakshmana, ha Sumitre, ha Rama Mata Sagame Jananya. Yesha vipadyamyaham alpabhagya magarnave nauriva mudhavata. Ha Rama, ha Lakshmana, ha Sumitre, ha Kausalya, ha Me Jananya, my own mother. Tanudi Ammavi now she is calling out to all her near and dear and saying, alas, you're all somewhere far away. Look what is going to happen to your dear Sita. She's going to perish. Nunam sakalo mrigarupadhari mamalpabhagyam lulube tadani yatraryaputram visasarjamuda ramanujam lakshmana purvajam cha. Nunam sakalo mrigarupadhari. It is time that has taken the form of the deer that day. Mama alpabhagyam lulube tadani. It was time that assumed the form of the deer and came and tempted me of meager fortune, of little fortune. As a result of that, I became so foolish. Yatra aryaputram visasarja muda. I gave up my husband. Visasarja, I sent him away. Not only Lakshmana Purvajam, Lakshmana's elder brother Matramalla, I sent away Rama's younger brother also. Ramanujam, Lakshmana Purvajam cha. Lakshmana Purvajam, Lakshmana's elder brother. Ramanuja, Rama's younger brother. Lakshmana's elder brother and Rama's younger brother both were sent away. Both Rama's younger brother and Lakshmana's elder brother were sent away by me. Foolishness, it was my foolishness that made me send it. Why did I become so foolish? Lulubhe, because I was tempted. Why was I tempted now? Alpabhagyena, because of my own misfortune I was tempted. What is the cause for all of it? Mrigarupadari, the deer. And who's the deer? Kalo, he Mrigarupadari. It is my own time. Who can I blame for? On the one hand is the lack of good fortune on my own part. And when time came, at the right time, what happened? My karma flared up. As soon as my karma flared up, what happened? When they say, whom the gods wish to slay, they first drive them mad. There's a Latin saying, old Latin. Those whom the gods wish to die, they first drive them mad. Mad is viparita buddhi. The unnatural behavior will come. It is my own misfortune. Ha Rama Satyavrata Dirghabhago, Ha Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, Ha Jivalokasya Hitaf Priyascha, Vadyam Namam Vedsi Rakshasanam. Hey Rama Satyavrata. Hey Rama, you are so firm in your vow of truth. Dirghabhago, you are firm in your vow of truth. Enna vow abdiyannal? I will protect you. Abdini sonneliya. Anniki, when you took my hand, Panigrahanam Panambodu, when my father Janaka gave my hand into yours, you took it and said, I shall treasure you, I shall protect you. Abdini, you gave a word that day that you will protect. Anna, you will not go against that word. Yenna ni Satyavrata. You are always the keeper of your words. A person may want to keep his words, but he may lack the strength to do so. You are not somebody lacking in strength. You are certainly the upholder of your words. You are also a man of extraordinary strength. Ha jiva lokasya hitaha. You are also interested in the welfare of all beings. Priyascha, you are also dear to me. Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra. This is add pandra. Qualities were there. All of these are qualities of Rama. But in between Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, the face that resembles the full moon. Yeah? Why is this suddenly the physical description sitting in the midst of all attribute description? When Sita thinks about Rama, how can she not recall that face of Rama? Logic kekalama. Can we ask for logic? Hey, everything is Satyavrata, Dirghabhago is not talking about qualities of Rama. Purna Chandra Nivarana, Purna Chandra Vaktra, that is like the face of Rama. That is just a physical description. Sita remembers that beautiful face of Rama. But he sees Chinda Mukham. But a smiling face, calm face, mature face, deep face, unfathomable face. And the face of Sadaika Priyadarshanaha, always beloved to look at, always dear to look at, pleasant to look at, pleasing to look at. Now she remembers the face of Rama. And she says, Vadyam namam vedsi rakshasanam. Alas, you do not know that I am going to be sentenced to death by this Rakshasa. Inna prayojanam. Ananya daivattvamiyam kshamacha bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme. Pativratattvam vibhalam mamedam kritam kritagnesh vivamanushana. Ananya Daivatvam Yam Kshamacha. Ananya Daivatvam Vanatavrittu Vera Daivam Kadayadunu Kadandene. All along I've been existing thinking you alone are my only God, only deity. I do not have any other deity other than you. Ananya Daivatvam Yam Kshamacha. This forbearance that I've been demonstrating, that I've been showing. With the tapashakti that I have, could I not have burnt Ravana to ashes, but I'm bearing, I'm putting up with it so that glory comes to you, acclaim comes to you, so that you will come and rescue me. Abdina, I'm kshama, this forbearance, this fortitude, the bearing up, putting up with everything. Bhumau chashaya. When Ravana says, I will give you a bed, I will give you mattresses, and I'm sleeping on the bare ground. Niyamascha dharme, my discipline, my dharma, my vratas. Pativratatvam, my chastity, all of these that I have been practicing like a sadhana, vipalam amedam, it has all become fruitless. All of that has become fruitless. All of them have become in vain. It is all futile. It is all useless. I thought by doing all of this, somehow I will propitiate all the gods of the universe, and they will somehow make me reunite with my Lord Rama. And nothing has happened. There is not even a message from him. I do not know whether he is alive or not also. Here this fellow is not letting me go. No matter how much I plead him, threaten him, he does not let me go. Instead, he is giving me 2 months time. What is the use of all the dharmas that I have practiced? Mogo hi dharmas charito mayayam tataika patni tvamamidam nirartham yatvam na pashyami krisha vivarna hina tvaya sangamane nirasha. The righteousness that I have practiced, the devotion that I have had for you, everything is useless. Yenna, I am not able to see you. What is the point of devotion? It is to see my Lord. Bhakti, 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 bhakti panide irunduttu kadashila bhakti ki phalan enna Bhagavan kadikala enna bhakti panniyuma enna prayojanam. All sadhanas are done to attain the Lord. If the Lord is not to be attained, what is the use of such a sadhana? Is it not a waste? Is it not just a burden? All the dharma that I have done is all used because I do not see any hope of reuniting with you. நீ என்ன பண்ணுவே அப்படின்னா, Hey Rama, the 14 years will soon get over. After that, you will go back to Ayodhya. And once you return to Ayodhya, everybody will praise you. And the title, since you will be alone, since I will not be there by your side, naturally everybody else will think of giving their daughters in marriage to you. You are going to live happily with somebody at that time. Stri bis tumanye vipulekshana bis tvam ramsyase vita bhayakritartaha. Now I am going to be suffering here. You are going to go back and you are going to be happy. Enna prayojanam? I shall end my life. As she was lamenting in this manner, she got up from the place where she was staying. She walked crying. Her heart was bursting with grief and pain. With all of that, as she was walking, without even knowing where she was walking, eyes were anyway blinded by tears. She had no particular direction in which she wanted to go. Where her feet took her, so she went. And where did she end up? In the end, Itiva Devi Bahuda Vilapya Sarvatmana Ramamanusmaranti Pravepamana Parishushkavaktra Nagottamam Pushpita Masasada. Enga vandal அப்படின்னா இப்படியா lamenting in many manner, thinking about Rama, who is the Antaryami of all beings, Sarvatmana அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி, the one who is the indweller of all beings, Sri Rama. Thinking about him, she came and stood under the Simshupa tree. Of all the trees that are present in Ashokavanam, she came and stood under the Simshupa Vriksham. Was it the only Simshupa Vriksham? அப்படின்னா இல்லையே, நிறைய சம்ஷுபா விருட்சங்கள் இருக்கு. There are many Simshupa Vrikshams. ஆனா இந்த ட்ரீ அப்படின்னா நகோத்தமம் நகோத்தமம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, that great tree, that noble tree, that best tree அப்படின்னு சொன்னா. She came and stood under the best tree. இது ஏன் best tree? ஏன்னா இந்த ட்ரீயை தானே ஹனுமான் சூஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டார். Because Hanuman has chosen this tree is the best tree. Because Sita also has chosen this tree. This tree is the best tree. Because this is the tree under whose shade Sita's sorrow is going to disappear. This is the tree where Sita and Hanuman are going to meet, where Sita is going to receive from Hanuman the beautiful ring of Sri Rama. This is the tree that is going to give joy to Rama as well when Hanuman goes and declares the truth. Nagottamam pushpitamasa. That fully blossoming, beautiful, great, noble tree. Valmiki ஆனந்தம் வந்துருது. இவ்வளவு நாள் துக்கம் இருக்குது இல்லையா? Anybody who is narrating this will feel sad. Anybody who is listening to this will feel sad. Valmiki who is writing it will not feel sad. அப்படியே வரும்போது எங்கேயாவது சுகம் வராதா? கொஞ்சமாவது ஆனந்தம் வராதா? Where will joy come? அப்படின்னா அந்த tree. The moment he sees the tree, he knows Hanuman is sitting on the tree. Nagottamam. அப்படின்னு அந்த ட்ரீக்கு ஒரு புகழ் ஆரம்பிச்சு. The tree is now praised as Nagottamam. ஏன்னா பரம பாகவதனான ஹனுமான் ஏறி உட்கார்ந்துட்டால் அந்த ட்ரீ எப்படிப்பட்ட விருட்சமாகும்? அப்பேற்பட்ட தாயாரே வந்து அந்த விருட்சத்துக்கு அடியில் உட்கார்ந்து பாளையானால் அது எப்பேற்பட்ட விருட்சமாகும். அதனால நகோத்தமம் புஷ்பிதமாசசாத அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். Amongst the history of all trees, so many trees are there. கல்பதரு, கல்ப விருட்சம் எல்லாம் சொல்றோமே, நிம்ப விருட்சம்னு சொல்றோம். Neem tree is so famous. Kalpaka Vriksha is so famous, Ashwatha Vriksha is so famous, Vata Vriksha is so famous. Ana beating all of them, the Simshubha Vriksham, Nagottamam. Anga she came there, thinking about Rama constantly. She came and stood under that tree and she decided that she is going to put an end to her life. And how to put an end to life? There are many ways by which one can put an end to the life. Poison is one of the easiest ways. And now, who is going to give poison here to me? Nobody is willing to give poison to me. Prescription onnu solra. Enga inda poven? Where will I get a prescription for poison? Then what is the way to finish my life appadina? Avanacha, she's got a long braid of hair. She thought, I will tie myself with this braid of hair. Sashoka tapta bhagudha vichintya Sita tavenu Venyudgratanam grihitva Udbhudya venyudgratanena shigram aham Gamishyami yamasya moolam. I shall put an end to my life by creating a noose with my own braid of hair, and with that I shall suspend it along to the branch of this tree and I shall commit suicide. I shall give up my life. I shall not live anymore. Abadinnu Sita has come to that worst decision possible and she has come and standing there. Anga vandu nenandu upasthita sa mridu sarvagatri shakam grihatva danagasya dasya तस्यास्तु रामो प्रविचिन्तयन्त्या रामानुजं स्वं च कुलं सुभाग्या शोकानिमित्तानि तथा बहूनि दैव्यार्जितानि प्रवराणि लोके प्रादुर्निमित्तानि तदा बभूवुः पुरापि सिद्धान्युपलक्षितानि उपस्थिता सा मृदु सर्वगात्री, that lady of delicate limbs, fragile limbs. She caught hold of the branch of the tree. Upasthita, catching hold of the branch of the tree, she was standing. And before giving up her life, she wanted to remember all her near dear ones. Adanala Ramam pravichintayantya, she thought about Rama. Ramanujam, she thought about Lakshmana. Swam Chakulam, she thought about her father, her family. Subhagya, valella nanachundu. She thought, I will give up my life and there is no point surviving anymore. Abhinishali, when she is thinking about Rama and Lakshmana and her family, appo suddenly dispelling all the grief that she was feeling in her heart, suddenly unexplained joy came into her heart. She does not know what it is. She's really speaking, she was in agony. Vyatitam, Vyapeta Harsham, Paridina Manasam, Abdina Cholra, without any joy whatsoever. No reason for joy, no season for joy. Chutimati Martha, there is no karanam for joy, there is nothing to give joy to her. She is ready to give up her life. Everywhere there is only pain, everywhere there is only sorrow. Suddenly, she feels auspiciousness in her heart. Suddenly she feels joy coming to her in her heart. Suddenly her face begins to shine. Her left thigh starts to throb. Her left arm starts to throb. Her left eyelids start to throb. Savita shoka vyapanita tandri shantajwara harsha vibuddha sattva ashobhatarya vadanena shukle shitam shuna ratri rivoditena. She who came to put an end to her life, when she came and stood under the Simshipa Vriksha, catching hold of the branch. Why is she holding the branch? She is testing the weight of the branch to see whether it can hold her weight to allow her to commit suicide. Before putting it into my life, let me think about Rama, let me think about Lakshmana, Rama, Lakshmana. All of a sudden joy comes to her heart. All of a sudden auspiciousness comes to her heart. All of a sudden pleasant feelings start to come to her. So much so, enna achena savita shoka, she became completely relieved from grief. Vyapanita tandri, she was relieved from fatigue and exhaustion that she was feeling. Emotional fatigue that she was feeling disappeared from her. Shantajwara, all her fears were allayed, all her fears were dispelled. Harsha vibuddha sattva, her mind was illumined by joy. And her face enna aachi appadina ashobhatarya vadanena shukle shitam shuna ratri rivoditena, like a full moon rising up, her whole face became bright and illumined. Ivlavu yen aganum appadina namakku theriyuma yen aganum. Why should all this happen to Sita? Sita does not know why it is happening to her. We know why it is happening because we know who is sitting on the tree. Sita prana dharakara. Parama Bhagavatanudaya samsparkam. What has happened here? The association with an extraordinary Mahatma, an extraordinary Mahapurusha, what does it do? Grief is dispelled then and there. There is no reason for it. There is no explanation for it. There is no logic for it. There was a woman who came to Ramanashraman. She was a young woman. Very angry she was. Great grief she had. And because she was a very wealthy lady as well, she was put up with the Osborns. The Osborns were an English family. Arthur Osborn and his wife. Arthur Osborn was a devotee of Bhagavan. He's written books about Bhagavan. He's also written a book about Shirdi Baba. Interestingly, life and times of Shirdi Sai. Arthur Osborn. His wife, they were living there. This woman was, because there was no accommodation for the women, so she was staying with Mrs. Osborn. And she was a woman of extraordinary, some anger, repressed anger in her. She was not at all a nice person to spend time with. Nobody wanted to spend time with her. So one look at her, everybody could understand it. It was time for her to go to the ashram. So Mrs. Osborn called her daughter, Kitty Osborn, and she said, "You take this lady to ashram." That little girl did not want to. She's no fun. She's got such a stern face, as though she's angry with the entire world. But anyway, what to do? Without speaking a word, she brings her to the ashram, leads her to the hall, and she runs away to play. The little girl runs away to play. This lady comes in and sits in front of Bhagavan. After some time, quite some time passes, and the little girl has been told by her mother, bring her back. So she comes there and says, we have got to go back. That lady comes. She gets up and comes along with her back home. And on the way, this little girl is looking at this lady and she's completely transformed. That anger is gone. That great rage is gone. That sorrow is gone. Suddenly she is a completely transformed person. So this girl is very curious, what has happened? But she knows anyway, she will, whatever, some transformation has happened in Bhagavan's presence, whatever it is, she will tell our mother. She comes and stays back wanting to catch the conversation. What happened? True enough. She says, oh, what a wonderful change in you. What has happened? That is when this lady tells her story of how she was from a very rich aristocratic family. And against opposition from all her family members, she went and married somebody, a young man. And unfortunately, when they went on their first holiday, he died in front of her eyes in an accident in the ocean. The husband that she got after fighting against all her family was taken away from her within days of marriage. But naturally, and everybody was like, I told you so, there was no sympathy for her anywhere. She became so angry with the entire world and she had gone everywhere trying to find a solution for it. In the end, she came and sat in Bhagavan's presence. She did not even have a chance to open her mouth and ask a question. Bhagavan looked at her, and in that look, in that presence, all the sorrow evaporated. All the sorrow vanished. Joy came, peace came to the heart, joy came to the heart. Echamma or party. Echamma party, when she suffered innumerable number of tragedies in her life, and finally when she came to Bhagavan, when she sat in Bhagavan's presence, all of that melted like snow in front of the sun. The advantage of Satpurushas, they don't even have to speak to us. They don't even have to offer lame words of consolation to us. Not necessary. Don't worry, it's all right. No anda. Their presence is enough. Even if we don't know the value of their presence, forget it. Even if we don't realize their presence. Sita does not even realize Hanuman is sitting on the tree. She has not sought the presence. She does not even realize the presence. Even then the presence has its effect. Shanta Jwara. And the jwaram irke, that fever that is there, the fever of restlessness that is there in the heart. All of us in some way or the other are suffering from this fever of restlessness, agitation in the heart. Though something lacking. Not everybody. Those who have found him do not have this lack. Those who have known that they have arrived at his feet do not have this kind of a feeling of kami ki mehsoos chulwale. They do not have that. They do not have this feeling of lack in them. They feel complete. Purnartaha. Purnalabha. They are fulfilled. What a problem. But all the others, there is a restlessness. There is an agitation. There is a lack of peace. How will that lack of peace go away? When we come into the presence of Mahatmas, when we come into the presence of Mahabhagavatas, what is their life? They do not have a life of their own. Their life is his life. Their story is his story. They do not have a separate existence of their own. When we are in their presence, we are directly in the presence of Bhagavan himself. We are directly in the presence of the Lord himself. Via media, they are the bridge, they are the sopanam for us, they are the ladder for us. We may not be able to directly reach Bhagavan, and if we are fortunate enough to reach them, Sita is not directly able to reach Sri Rama right now, and she is only able to reach Hanuman. That itself is enough. As a result of reaching Hanuman, what has happened to her? Savita shoka vyapanita tandri shanta jwara harsha vibuddha sattva Ashobhatarya vadane na shukle Shitamshuna ratri rivoditena. Ibriya, Sita's shokam has come to an end. Sita's distress has come to an end. She has not even met Hanuman. She has not even seen Hanuman, spoken to Hanuman. She has merely entered into the radius of Hanuman. Hanuman Sannidhila Pravesham Manuta. She has entered into the Sannidhi Matram of Hanuman. Adliye all the dukkam goes away. Hanumat Prabhavate enna sollamudi. How can we adequately speak about the glory of Hanuman's Mahatmya, Hanuman's greatness? Merely being in his presence is enough to destroy sorrow. Hanuman, what does Hanuman represent here? Bhagavatan. One who is eternally devoted to Bhagavan. Ram, 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 Ram. அந்த பகவத் ஸ்மரணையிலேயே இருக்கக்கூடியவன் தானே ஹனுமான். Hanuman is somebody who is always in the contemplation, in love with God. Like that, if we transform ourselves also into Hanumans, அப்ப என்னன்னா நமக்கு கிட்ட வந்தவாளுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் ஆனந்தம் வந்துடும். Those who come close to us will feel happy. எவ்வளவு பெரிய சேவை பத்தியா. See what people talk about service அப்படின்னு. You know what is the greatest service? This is the greatest service that you can do to humanity. If people enter into your presence, they should feel peaceful. They should feel happy. They should feel relieved. They should feel relaxed. இதை விட பெரிய சேவை உண்டா? Can there be a greater service? For this, what should we do now? We should devote ourselves to Bhagavan. We should dedicate ourselves completely to Bhagavan, become one with him, become his eternal servant. Nitya Kainkariam Manindu, Nitya Dasyam Manindu. Constantly becoming Ramadasa, Ramabhakta. If we are able to transform ourselves, then we will become a transforming force for the entire world. We will stop here for today. Tomorrow, Hanuman will hopefully meet with Sita. Janaki Kanta Smaranam Anjaneya Swami Ki Jai. Sarve Bandhu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Vishyantu. Mahakascha Dukhabhag Bhavet, Lokas Masta Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokas Masta Sukhino Bhavantu, Lokas Masta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwar.